Greetings. My name is Apa Jabarian. I'm the managing editor and executive publisher of USA Armenian Life magazine, USAArmenianLife.com, ArmenianLife.com, and Armenian Life Facebook page, and also the Armenian language print edition, Haigyank Armenian Weekly. With us in the studio is a prominent member of the Armenian American community in Western U.S., U.S. Air Force Lieutenant Colonel John Keseyan, retired. He has been an integral part of community life here in Southern California, and especially Los Angeles. And as many of you may have become aware by now, there has been several investigative reports that were published in USA Armenian Life magazine and the online version of the publication pertaining corruption in Armenian church, corruption in a number of important diaspora-based Armenian organizations such as AGBU, ARF, Armenian Revolutionary Federation, Western Region, ANCA, Western Region, Western Diocese, and TCA, Tekeyan Cultural Association. Many of the members in the community have mobilized themselves in the face of adverse developments in our community. And most recently, the closure of an Armenian school in Pasadena called Vache and Tamar Manukyan AGBU School has sparked widespread protest and condemnation by members of the community, the students, the parents, and the teachers. With me in the studio is Colonel. Colonel, what would you say about the importance of transparency and accountability in our community?
Transparency is very important. In the military, we say trust, but verify. So I know I have been in leadership position in Armenian organization, but every couple years we call general meeting and we tell people what we have done. 15 years that I was the president of Armenian Union of Urfa, we donated over 20 scholarships. We built 2 Hajj cars, one in the Western Diocese, one in
the Prelacy. Colonel, you have also managed, I learned, by the way, I was honored to be present at your retirement
that
ceremony.
Was my civilian retirement. I had 2 retirements.
2 retirements from the Air Force.
Air Force, right.
So I learned that you have also managed a large budget, close to $1 billion budget at the U.S. Air Force, and you managed it very successfully, which brought many commendations to you.
The program that I managed, it was called CCAP. It started Scientific Engineering Computer Acquisition Program. First, we were supposed to buy mainframe computers for the Air Force. It was $100 million. Then, no, it was just for AFMC. Air Force Systems Command for our use, for research and development people. And then the whole Air Force wanted to join in, so it grew to $300 million. Then all Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Army,
all the branches of the military.
Everybody wanted to participate, so it became $1 billion program. And by the time we finished writing the request for proposals, we had we didn't need the mainframe computers anymore. It took 3 years, and within 3 years, we had laptops doing the mainframe computer job.
Got it.
So what happened was they canceled the program. They said we saved $1 billion.
And you were instrumental in.
I was the program manager.
So you were instrumental in saving the U.S. Air Force
$1
billion.
Yeah, which we didn't have.
And during your retirement, many lobbyists refused to attend your retirement party.
No, it wasn't my retirement. That was another thing. I worked for at the Raytheon company. I was the auditor, government auditor, and I used to negotiate different contracts for the Navy, for the Air Force, and Army. During those negotiations, I was there 4 years, and within 4 years, I saved $50 million, for which I got a medal. That was 1979 to 1983. That was 50 million in today's dollar is 500 million.
That's $500 million.
So I saved $500 million of taxpayer money.
So now you can tell, dear viewers, the type of discipline that Colonel Hüseyin brings with him into the Armenian American community when he starts addressing community issues such as corruption in the church and unjustified closure of Armenian school. What would you say about the importance of Armenian education in diaspora?
Armenian education is very important, not just to teach the Armenian language, it's our culture. The culture is very important. We have 10,000-year-old culture, and Jews are the same thing. They have old culture, and they keep their culture alive
by living within their culture.
By living within their culture, and that makes us stronger Americans.
Absolutely.
Because our culture, if you go back to thousands of years, it's been, support family values. We have family values, women's right, that, the current civilized nations are just getting there. We were there thousands of years ago.
Absolutely. Back in the late 70s, American President Carter, when addressing a group of American Armenians, he told them, to be a good American, you must be a good Armenian.
Of course.
So it's imperative that we maintain our identity and keep our culture alive and maintain our national character, a healthy character, in order to be healthy members of the wider society. And the singular institution that helps us accomplish that is the Armenian School.
Armenian School.
Which helps the students nurture their identity. So how could we allow ourselves to be passive and just bystanders when corrupted organizational leaders like Beir Setrakian of AGBU, Armenian General Benevolent Union, closes down one school after another.
It's a shame that the current leadership of AGBU, instead of opening schools, they are closing schools. A school is not a business.
And AGBU doesn't have a financial issue. AGBU currently, to my knowledge, has about $500 million in net assets, liquid assets, I'm told.
Liquid assets.
That's mind-boggling.
I didn't know that, but just the excuse they gave closing the Vache Manukyan High School in Pasadena, they said, they're losing money. Well, the schools are not I went to school. My parents couldn't afford to pay my tuition, so AGBU helped me get there.
Absolutely.
If it wasn't for AGBU, I wouldn't be here today, and thousands of other professional.
So is my
Armenians.
case. You know, if I didn't graduate from an Armenian school, I would not have been the person that I am today. And I owe it to Armenian school.
Yeah.
So it is our duty to make sure Armenian schools are treated as centers of important missions, not centers of business, where you have to look at the bottom line. And more importantly, I'm troubled by the fact that several parents of AGBU Vache and Tamar Manukyan High School in Pasadena were ordered by Bert Setrakian and his cohorts not to raise any funds in order to close the budget, the negative budget, to close the gap, the budget gap. So this is ridiculous. So
I don't think the money is the issue. I don't know how they can lose money. They said they have 200 students. My grandchildren go to AGBU Mari Manukyan, and they pay like $1,000 a month per student. That's $200,000 per student. Okay, if they have 20 teachers, and average payment
it's not the money. Our time is up, Colonel. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you so much for accepting our invitation. Dear viewers, we shall continue our conversation later, at a later time. Thank you so much.